It's no secret that there's a ton of development going on around HRM right now, and this is great because according to the Nova Scotia 5-year housing plan released in October 2023, we are currently about 27,000 housing units short in Nova Scotia, and this is expected to rise to over 71,000 units by 2027. So we need more housing and we need it fast. And with the upcoming zoning changes, there's going to be a lot more development on the way, and some of them are huge proposals. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 huge developments across HRM, which is over 15,000 units total. So these could be the start of putting a big dent in the shortage across Nova Scotia. And these are located at Strawberry Hill, Bedford Commons, and Exhibition Park. Now again, these are huge developments. They're basically little cities within our city, but just before I get into it, if you're new here, my name's Andrew Stevens, and I've been a realtor in Halifax for 9.5 years. And if you want to be educated on the Halifax real estate market, then this is the channel for you. So hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to book a call or meet with me to chat about real estate, you can do so anytime in the Calendly link below in my description at a time when it's convenient for you. So getting right into it, the first one is Strawberry Hill, and this is brought forth by Dynamic Properties and Fathom Studios. This is a massive development, 14 buildings, 3,656 units, and it's been proposed for a 12.5-acre site in Halifax's North End, and the buildings would range from 8 to 38 stories. This proposal will include a new road connecting Windsor Street and Connaught Avenue to Strawberry Hill, as well as parkland, publicly accessed open spaces, new sidewalks, and separated walking and biking infrastructure. To me, this one is in a great location. It's close to Halifax Shopping Centre, Mount St. Vincent University, both bridges, all amenities in the North End and the West End, and it's only about a 10-minute drive from downtown Halifax as well. Okay, now moving on to number 2, and this one is the Bedford Commons. So this one is brought forth by Bank Developments and Fathom Studios. So this is a huge development again with 27 towers ranging from 6 to 33 stories and over 100 townhouses. This will be approximately 6,216 units total. 2 main park spaces are proposed, with one at the center of the neighborhood as an urban square, and the second larger park featuring active recreation facilities. The idea here is to come off Rocky Lake Drive for the main entrance. And to me, this seems like a great place for a massive development like this. It's a really central location. There's loads of space to add amenities and recreation facilities and sports fields and so on. And with the new overpass coming in from Burnside, it's going to make this location a lot more desirable. All right, now moving on to number 3. This is another huge development proposed for Exhibition Park, again brought to you by Bank and Fathom Studios. This proposal includes 28 multi-unit buildings ranging from 6 to 24 stories, 20 townhomes and stacked townhomes, about 146 individual units, approximately 5,867 total residential units, an expansion of central water and wastewater services, and new public roads, infrastructure, and parkland. Again, I would say this is a great location for a development of this magnitude because it's sort of its own space off on its own. It's very close to Bears Lake, so there's lots of amenities nearby, and it's only about a 10 to 15-minute drive to downtown. Overall, I like these 3 proposals, and I think it's going to make a big dent if they get through the approval process. But the main concern I would have would be overall just the infrastructure needs surrounding these, especially with the Strawberry Hill location, because as you know, if you're living in Halifax, the Windsor Street Exchange is an absolute disaster already, so that would have to be completely redone. But also just the need for further infrastructures such as schools, hospitals, amenities, and everything else like that, because again, these are basically mini cities within the city of Halifax. Personally, I like the idea of these sort of huge development proposals being on the outskirts of the peninsula a lot more than I do with the big buildings that are being built on the Halifax Peninsula, because some of these bigger buildings, of course, are kind of, affecting the vibe and the heritage aspect of the Halifax skyline and the downtown core. So I like these ones on the outskirts a lot more because they're sort of in their own pockets, but they're still within about 20 to 30 minutes from downtown. So 2 of these 3 three proposals, being the Bedford Commons and the Exhibition Park, I like a lot more than the Strawberry Hill one. And again, it's just because they're going to be kind of their own little city within the city, and it's going to be kind of its own pocket off to the side, and it's not affecting the overall skyline and the overall vibe of the downtown Halifax core. The public has had a huge outcry for housing, and of course, it's been very prevalent in the media. So I'll be really curious to see how these sort of mega developments are received from the public, and I can just hear it now. We're killing the vibe of our city, we're turning Halifax into a concrete jungle, we're killing the heritage of Halifax. But on the other hand, the outcry is we need more affordable housing and we need more homes for everybody, and everybody deserves a place to live. But that's never going to happen if we don't build some of these big developments and get a lot of housing units built very, very quickly. So I'll be curious to see how this is received from the public and if these get past the approval process. So if you're still here watching, I'm curious, what do you think about these developments? Do you think that these big developments should go ahead? And do you like these three proposals? I'd love to hear what you have to think in the comments below. And if you want to get into more details about these proposals, I'll drop the links down below in the description so that you can read up on all the details of these three proposals. And if you're still here watching and you got any value out of this video, all I ask is that you hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future content, and that'll help push this out to more people like you who may be interested in seeing content about the Halifax and Nova Scotia real estate markets. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. If you're thinking about making a move in the Halifax or Dartmouth area, you can reach out to me anytime at the Calendly link below my description at a time when it's convenient for you. And until next time, thank you for watching and have a great day.